Good afternoon. Mark Halpert speaking as part of our series on OW to WOW for the visual learner. Today we're going to be discussing a type of student that seems to be an oxymoron, just doesn't make sense. The gifted visual learner with dyslexia. And we get calls from parents from all over the country because this is a subset that's unusual but highly talented. These are the kind of kids that might be future Edison, Einstein, Disney, Schwab, or Branson, but they struggle in school. And we start with similar questions that we often ask. Does a child remember places visited from years ago? Does a child learn best when he sees and experiences information? And is he or she a lot smarter than present results would indicate? And the answer is often yes. How do you know? And we see this all the time. But then we ask some other questions, which are somewhat interesting. We ask, does a child lose focus when things are boring? And the answer is often yes. But he can hyper-focus on that, which is really interesting, which is actually the definition of an attention problem. They can hyper-focus for hours if they like something, but give them something boring or something that doesn't make sense, and they're struggling like the Dickens to pay attention. Then we ask, do they skip words and lines when reading? And often this doesn't get an answer. The parents really aren't sure. So they often go to our assessment, which is 3dlearner.com/assessment, ask their child some questions. And it's reveals some answers that the parents didn't expect. And this is because visual processing is a hidden disability, just like a learning difference. People don't walk down the street with a sign that says, I learn differently. But the smart kid who's struggling, especially the gifted kid who's struggling, almost always learns differently, often has attention issues, often has visual processing issues, and often has anxiety challenges. And people say to us, well, what do you treat? How do you deal with this? And the answer is, by helping the whole child. If you work on improving their attention, improving their visual tracking, teach them how to go from words to pictures to meaning, then all of a sudden these kids become rock stars. I mean, literally they go from, as one student went from a struggling student at MIT, another to Harvard, another became an architect, another became an engineer, another became a lawyer, so be it. But the amazing things about these kids is their potential is through the roof. But people don't recognize either the learning difference, the eye teaming issues, the attention issues, and what surrounds that whole thing, which is anxiety challenges. Think about it for a moment. You're a really smart kid. You're actually gifted, but you're struggling. And every test you get back is confirmation that you don't understand what you're supposed to understand. And yet when you get it, you got it. You don't need to be taught this information 10,000 times. So especially in the world of dyslexia, people put these programs in, kids in programs that are boring, that don't identify or address the visual processing challenge, often miss the fact that the kid learns differently, and actually raise the anxiety level because you keep drilling me on things that aren't relevant. If I'm a gifted visual learner, I need to relate to things. If you give me the word branch and say what's the word without a B, I go, I don't really care. Okay? So the 3D learner process is really focus on helping these kids. And what you want to do if you have one of these kids is find out more. You can find out more at gifteddevelopment.com, which is a great center that Dr. Linda Silverman runs out in Denver, Colorado. And or come to our site, 3D Learner site, and learn more about the gold student, the gifted student operating with a learning difference, because these kids are our future. They may be the next Nobel Prize winner. They may be the next entrepreneur. or they could be the next kid who struggles throughout all school because they never got the help they needed. And this is where parents make the difference. Schools often do not recognize the learning difference. They often miss the visual processing issue. They often suggest medication for these kids. And they often recommend taking the kids out of the gifted program. Before you even consider that, think about identifying whether your kid learns differently, has an attention issue, has a visual processing issue, and how do you help your child go from ow to wow. Tune in tonight at 9 o'clock for my wife's video, or join me again at noon tomorrow. And put your gifted child, with visual learner with dyslexia, on their pathway from stress to a rate of success or out of wow. See you then.